Hello and welcome everyone. In this video we will see how to realise a survey in Batigest i7 or a Multidevis Entreprise from a 3D model, an operation that is part of the BIM design process. We have previously created the framework for a quote in Batigest i7 without worrying about filling in the quantities. We can of course add or delete items and save the modifications. Now, and thanks to our plugins, we can operate this quotation in the ArchiTECHPC or KutchCAD interface. As you can see, all the items in the quote are displayed in the ArchiTECHPC or KutchCAD interface. For the moment, their quantity is 0. Let's select an item in the quotation and drag and drop it on an element of the drawing, such as a wall. A drop-down list is then displayed to allow you to choose the unit in which you want to quantify the work. Choose area to specify the desired result, and the quantity is then instantly displayed in the estimate. Let's go back to the 3D model, choose an element to quantify, and thanks to the pop-up menu, select all the elements identical to it. As before, a simple drag and drop allows us to associate the item with the result of the surface of the selected walls. And in the same estimate, the details of the calculations for all these walls are then displayed. The selection of several items can be done in different ways, including prototypes. Prototypes are drawing elements having the same characteristics and as such are grouped under the same name. In this case, let's select all the prototypes named Aglo, thickness, 200mm ground floor chaining. All the 20cm thick chaining from the ground floor are then selected. All that remains to be done is to drag and drop the work corresponding to these links in the 3D model and specify the unit of the work. In this case, it's linear meters. It is also possible to assign structures from the 2D view. For example, let's designate a stiffener and select elements that are identical to it. In the quotation, let's choose the item 20cm hollow agglomerates for corner chaining blocks and drag and drop the selection. Then click on the desired unit, thickness. The quantity is then displayed in the quotation work with details for each stiffener. Let's now display a 3D view of the plaster insulation batch of the digital mock-up. Let's select all the linings, then drag and drop the rock wool panel lining work and choose the surface unit. The quantity is automatically updated in the quotation. Let's then perform the same operation for the partitions. It's also possible that the work to be quantified is not represented in the digital model. In this case, the dedicated tools of ArchiTECHPC and QuickCAD make it possible to materialise and therefore to quantify them. This is the case, for example, for the ceilings of this project. Let's choose a ceiling in your standards library and define its perimeter in the 2D view. The ceiling is then automatically displayed in 3D view, and the quantity is immediately associated with the corresponding item in the estimate. The entry is now complete. Our plugin has updated the quantity in Batigest i7 or Multidevis Entreprise, where we can now consult the estimate that has been generated.